Now, when it comes to first impressions with anything in life, I try not to let them really stay set in stone because I know for a fact that over time, my first impressions are definitely going to change. The one example I can think about is Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker. You guys probably know that I'm a big Star Wars fan. Battlefront 2 is a very prominent game here on the channel a few years back. And I went to watch The Rise of Skywalker with my friends in the cinema. And once I left the theatre and I was talking about it with my friends, we sort of came to the conclusion that it was a pretty satisfying ending. It wasn't as good as episode 6, but it was a satisfying conclusion, and we just kind of said, it'll do. But as time went on, we discussed it a little bit more, we thought back on it, reminisced, people on YouTube as well would also analyse the films. We started to realise that maybe the film wasn't as good as we thought, and here we are now in 2021, and I genuinely think it's one of the worst films I've seen because a lot of the stuff in the film is just poor writing and it just doesn't make sense, and it's not a well-written film generally. I'm not sure if this is the case for anyone else as well, but I feel like when I'm watching a film in the cinema, it's a lot easier to sort of accept things because you have this sort of cinema experience, with the massive screen and the speakers and everything, and it's definitely an experience, and I feel like that can sort of I suppose hinder your analysis of the film. It kind of makes you just sort of accept things. But if you watch a film at home, you can be a lot more critical about it. Now, what does any of this have to do with Call of Duty Vanguard? Well, this is based on my first impressions of the game. Obviously, this game has only been out for a couple days now, so a lot of what I'm going to be saying here is definitely my first impressions of the game. I think I've got about 8 hours in-game time now on the game, and I just want to say I fucking love this game. It's honestly so much fun, and I once again want to stay very skeptical with my first impressions, but I don't think I need to at the same time, because this is one of the first times with a big release, like a game or a film, that I actually am very confident in saying that I love this game, and that is going to stay that way for a long time. Now, obviously, if 6 months down the line I make a video saying that I'm disappointed with Vanguard and I'm not having a good time with it or anything like that, you are welcome to clip this and just send it to me or reference it or something like that and just say, well, you lied. But I feel very confident in saying that I don't think I'm going to lose interest in this game, or at least think that it's a bad game, because over the past few days, I've been having so much fun with this game. I've been thoroughly enjoying myself, and I hope you guys have been feeling the same that I have, because I genuinely have been really enjoying this game. Now, the main reason for me enjoying this game as much as I am is most likely because of the camo grind. You guys know that I love a good camo grind, and this year is definitely a good one. There are a few flaws that I have picked up on over the past few days that I will talk about in a separate video, because there are a few challenges that really make me scratch my head and wonder what they were thinking. But at the same time, I'm really enjoying the grind again, and the main reason, not only just because of a grind, but I think the core gameplay of this game is really, really good. You guys probably know that I like Modern Warfare 2019 a lot. I think in my final review, I must have given it like a 7 out of 10 or something, which I do stand by to this day. I'd probably give it a 6 because of, like, Spec Ops and the poor maps, but the multiplayer itself, I actually really enjoyed. But to be honest, I think my opinion on Modern Warfare is actually going to be changing soon because of this game. This game is literally just a better Modern Warfare. This game is a quicker paced Modern Warfare, and it really shows how much better Modern Warfare 2019 could have been if the core gameplay design wasn't so bad. Like, just things like how the minimap worked and the lack of dead silence and just all the things that people complained about throughout the year. If you could think about any of the complaints that were put upon Modern Warfare 2019 throughout its life cycle, most of those things, I would say, are different in Vanguard and how they should be, and it just makes the pace of the game so much better and more enjoyable. To be honest, this might actually just be because I've been playing Blitz the whole time. I haven't touched 6v6 yet, and it's probably a bit biased, I won't lie, because I've just been playing Blitz, but I reckon if I went on to 6v6 and played this game, it would still be quicker paced than Modern Warfare 2019. That's just down to things like the map design and Ninja being a thing and all of these different things that contribute towards it. I just think the core gameplay design of this game is just so much better than Modern Warfare 2019. And obviously Modern Warfare 2019 is the main game to compare this to, not only because they are in the same engine, they are the only two COD games to be in this engine, aside from Warzone, but they also are very similar in feel in terms of just like the movement, the gunplay. They both feel very similar, which isn't a bad thing because obviously Modern Warfare excelled in those two areas, but that's why I'm comparing this game so much to that game. And this is why I was talking about first impressions, because I don't think this has actually ever happened to me before, where I've experienced something like a film or a game for the first time, and I've been so set on my opinion of that thing that I don't know, it's a really weird feeling, because like I said, I'm in love with this game, I'm really enjoying it, and I don't think I've ever had this with a film or a game or anything like that. Like, yeah, sure, I have watched a film and walked out and thought, I really enjoyed that, but this just feels different, so I'm not really sure why exactly. It kind of reminds me of Black Ops Cold War, because my first impressions of that game weren't as good as this game, and this is why I'm sort of more confident in my first impressions now, and I don't think they will change as much as I think, because I think back to Black Ops Cold War, and my first impressions of the game were that I didn't like it, but the camo grind was there, so I went ahead and grinded the camo, and I still found enjoyment out of that game for the first few months, because the camo grind was there. But I always said at the start of the game, if the camo grind wasn't there and it wasn't as good as it was, I would not enjoy Black Ops Cold War. Like, if I was just playing it to enjoy it, I wouldn't enjoy it at all. Like, I just would genuinely hate it. But this game is completely different. It's the complete inverse. If the camo grind wasn't there, I might get burnt out on the game after a few weeks, because there wouldn't be anything to sort of strive for. But at the same time, I still think, like, if I was to just hop onto this game for an afternoon and just play casually, have a bit of fun, I reckon I would have so much more fun playing this game than any Call of Duty from the past 5 years. And honestly, I'm not sure if that includes Black Ops 3 or not. Black Ops 3 is definitely my favorite Call of Duty game because of the memories I have with my friends playing that game. But I'm not sure if I'll put this game above it in terms of just the raw gameplay. Obviously, nostalgia and memories aren't anything that can be topped, because, you know, those memories of playing Black Ops 3 with my friends in Search and Destroy, they are memories I will cherish forever in my life. But just in terms of like raw gameplay and raw enjoyment, I actually might put this game above Black Ops 3, and I'm hoping that this actually stays true for the whole life cycle, because I could see this game becoming my favorite Call of Duty game of all time, and I'm serious when I say that. In terms of nostalgia and stuff, I think it will always be Black Ops 3, but I think in terms of like the raw gameplay and the design and just everything about it, I genuinely think this game could be my favorite game. And this is why I'm a little scared, because these are just my first impressions. This game has been out for a few days now, and I would say saying all of this, saying it could be my favorite game and all that, is very dangerous, because if I'm then let down by it in a few months' time, let's say they add something that isn't very good, or they change a few things, or I just get burnt out on the game, I'm going to be heartbroken, because at the moment, I'm loving this game, and it's a dangerous thing. That's what I'm trying to say. So in terms of content for the foreseeable future with this game, I have a lot of things that I wanna make videos on. Just yesterday I got the MP40 gold, so I'll make a video like the knife one talking about that. I'll just show it off and talk about the general grind and some things that I picked up on as well with the camo grind. I did mention those earlier, that there were a few things that I wanted to discuss that weren't favorable, I'll say. But I definitely want to get started on doing camo guides, because that is going to be my driving force for the first few months of this game for content. I'm going to be doing a camo guide on the knife first, because obviously that's the first thing I got gold. I would say that is a lot more straightforward. I probably then will do SMGs, because I'm working on diamond SMGs as of now. I've done the MP40, like I said. I'm hoping by the end of today I'll have the Sten done. If I do, then I'm probably going to move on to the PPSH or maybe the Type 100. I'm not too sure. We'll see what happens. But anyway, that's going to do it for today's video. I just wanted to discuss my initial impressions of Vanguard, and I'm hoping that in the future I'm not let down by this game, because I'm loving it, and I hope that this enjoyment can last throughout the entire year. But that's going to do it for today's video. So thank you guys for watching. If you've enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like and also subscribe if you are new around here. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.